Oh, they're here, baby. The new Sonos Ace headphones. And I'm going to tell you everything you need to know, and even the stuff that people aren't telling you. But what I can say straight off the bat is these babies are like the AirPods Max and the Sony 1000X M5 had a baby, and that is a good thing. And I have both of those headphones with me because they really are the best ones to be comparing to this new product, because honestly there are a lot of overlaps and similarities. If you're new here, by the way, I'm Ellie Awesome, an Australian tech and lifestyle reviewer, and I hope you enjoy this video. All right, let's open them up. So these come in both black and white, and you'll be greeted with the carrying case first and the setup guides, and I would recommend checking those out because they have all the handy information about the physical buttons, which are great. You got volume up, skip, play, and yes, there is an on and off button. It also comes with a USB-C charging cable and an aux cable with a USB-C to 3.5mm headphone jack, and there's this small little pouch that's magnetized that you can store your cables in. But taking a look at the headphones themselves, I think they look sexy. Like, they're really nice. They've got comfortable and soft memory foam, and the ear cups are removable just like AirPods Max. They do cost a pretty penny to replace. Let's hope I don't need to do that anytime soon. And they've thoughtfully color-coded the left and right ear cups, so it's impossible to get it wrong. And man, that is just some satisfying magnetic connection. I love the white ones too, and I can't decide which are my favorites. They have these thoughtfully designed little telescopic headbands, which allow room to adjust for the width of your head. The only real difference, if it matters to you, is that the black will tend to hold fingerprints more easily, but it's also not super noticeable. I don't know if the white's going to discolor over time, but it definitely doesn't show fingerprints in the same way. It's also got a fairly cushy headband, and it feels pretty flexible, very premium and durable. Here's just a look at the base where the USB-C charging goes, the off and on button. And let's not forget one of my favorite features, wear detection. The headphones know whether you take them off or on, and it'll pause or play your music. And they sit quite nicely around your neck. If you want them to sit flat against your neck, you do have to rotate them. So if you want to take them off, the right-hand side won't bend to fold flat. But if you rotate them and they're on the opposite sides of where they should sit on your ears, they will. But honestly, it looks kind of goofy anyway, so never mind. Doggo intermission. Now, I'm absolutely going to jump into audio quality, but before I jump into that, I want to talk about its active noise cancellation and its transparency mode. And I'm going to compare them to both the Apple AirPods and the Sony XM5s. I'm going to throw you into me rambling, doing a real-time test. See if I can hear the road sound behind me. I can hear everything pretty clearly. There's almost like just a low hiss while it's on, and it does sound a little bit like what your voice sounds like when you wear earmuffs. Almost a tinniness of my voice in my own ears, and it's not super pleasant, but for the most part, the transparency is relatively natural. It's bizarre. The faraway sounds are more clear and natural than close-up sounds like my voice. The birds, the road noise that I can hear, the atmosphere, the breeze rustling through the leaves, it's normal. Oh, okay. That is good transparency, and that is something that Apple does incredibly well. Their noise cancellation and their transparency modes are pretty unparalleled typically. Wow, okay, the birds that are closer to me sound more realistic. My voice is similar, but it's a little bit more clear and it's a little less muffly. I would say they're fairly close. I probably have to say that the AirPods are a little better in the transparency, but we're talking like 2 clicks better, 2-3 clicks better. I would pick these for the transparency though, have to say it, but the Sonos have done a pretty good job. So all that being said, we need to test the Sony. These headphones are incredible. These have been my favorite for years. Pretty much each iteration has been amazing. They're comfortable, they're lightweight, their sound quality is unbelievably awesome. Is there a mozzie attacking me? Oh my God, there so is. It's vicious. Bloody bastard. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I forgot that these aren't immaculate. Again, the distant sounds are fairly natural, but my voice is actually really quiet. I feel like I need to raise the volume of my voice to be able to hear it more clearly in comparison to both the Sonos and Apple headphones. It still sounds pretty good, but it's definitely more muffled. Let's go back to noise cancellation. Pretty good noise cancellation. I do like that. These I've been taking on flights, international flights specifically, for years because they're just so unbelievably comfortable and so lightweight. And the sound quality is awesome. And man, they drown out the plane sound. Okay, jump back to Sonos. I do like how I sound in these better when I'm on transparency. It definitely sounds more normal, although slightly muffly. They're the best. They're the best. But the thing is, I wouldn't pick these for comfort. They're reasonably comfortable, but I find they're just quite heavy. That's sort of the overall review of a lot of people, is that they're heavy. It's unfortunate because they are a great product. I'm going back to noise cancellation. They're pretty good. It's those high notes of the birds, which I wasn't expecting it to cut out, that are still relatively audible. But I'm pretty sure the others are like that. Testing, testing. Yeah, it's good transparency, but my voice sounds kind of weird, and I'm not a big fan now that I've compared them. All right, we're going noise cancellation. They're all pretty similar. I need to try this on a plane or something. It mostly blocks out the drone of the microwave. Okay, similar. Oh, damn it. These are more punchy and nuanced. Surely it was just that these are up louder. Surprisingly similar to the Sonos. Well, I've absolutely nuked my breakfast pasta now, so I can't do any more tests on it. So essentially my conclusion was that they fall pretty much between, or if not very similar to, both of the Apple and Sony headphones. And surprisingly, I think they actually beat out the Sonys. I liked them more. But Apple is still winning, but it's not my choice for style or for the heaviness. They're not super lightweight. So let's continue on with the comparison, and we'll jump into the microphone's audio quality. This is the microphone quality of the Sonos Ace headphones if you're just using them at home in a fairly quiet environment. If you're on a voice call or a video call, this is what it's going to sound like to the other person, most likely. And this is the microphone quality from the Apple AirPods Max in comparison. And for comparison, this is the microphone quality of the Sonys under the same conditions. Now, I know most of you want to know how it sounds, and I'm no audiophile, so I definitely find it difficult to describe the quality of such a product, but I will say there are absolutely different nuances throughout the music. It is all-encompassing. There are heavy bass notes, but you still definitely hear the highs and the lows. And essentially, I guess I compare them to these two headphones, which are their kind of competitors. And I would say it's almost in the middle, if not sort of equal to these. But I did find that the AirPods Max were just the standout. Sometimes I felt like the Sonos were a slightly treble heavy, and with some songs, definitely not all. That's the challenging part, is different genres have different sound. So for some songs, I felt like I needed to decrease the treble in the EQ on the app. And then for other songs, the Sonos just performed really well all round. And I was like, damn, these are great. And then, I'd throw these on and be like, oh shit, maybe they're not as good. Maybe, And then I'd throw these on and I'd be like, what? But at the end of the day, I feel like when I thought these were better, it's still kind of cancelled out by the fact they're just so heavy. I feel like these are the sort of more slim, lightweight, more comfortable version of these, but Apple are hard to beat. Sonos definitely tried their best, but I feel like Apple has more of a wow factor. And in fact, when I put on my Era 300, my Sonos speaker, or even my Era 100, I'm blown away every time. I just think, wow, the nuances, the little symbols in the background, all the notes that you miss on cheaper headphones and audio products, they are mind-blowing. And when I put these on, some songs, I didn't feel like I had that mind-blowing Sonos experience, and others I feel like I did. I guess that means that Sonos has set the standards so high for their audio products as it stands that this was different to what I expected. But I guess when we're looking at them as Bluetooth headphones, which they are, currently there's no, Wi-Fi support or Wi-Fi, I'm pretty sure, they are excellent and they are absolutely comparable to these products. So it really depends on what style you want, if you want more lightweight form factor, and how much you're willing to pay. Would I pay the retail price for these? Yeah, I think I would. If I was looking at these three, I would buy these. But I think that the style and features of these headphones give them the ability to become the next favorite headphones on the market. I see these trending on TikTok. I see all the gym girlies wearing them. Out of all of them, I would choose these for style now. I really thought that the Sonys were my favorite, but now when I wear them, I feel like they're a little bit more fat on my head. I didn't notice this before, and I feel a little bit like I look like a pilot or something. When I put the Sonos on, I feel like it looks more streamlined and almost sexy. you can't forget that these products have spatial audio, lossless audio, Dolby Atmos compatibility, dynamic head tracking. They have wear detection, so when you take these off your head, they sense whether they should keep playing music or not, and they don't. Just jumping back quickly and touching on the app, the Sonos app has had a lot of interesting dialogue around it lately because it's been updated and changed. So when pairing the headphones, I did definitely have a few hoops to jump through and some little technical issues here and there. They had to be updated, they have to connect to the app. A few things I found that were helpful is making sure to allow full access to location services when you're prompted in the app. Make sure your headset is definitely in Bluetooth pairing mode by holding down that Bluetooth pairing button so that the light is flashing blue. Plug your headphones in via USB-C so that they're charging while you're connecting them or updating them for the first time. And then interestingly, make sure that the headphones are connected via Bluetooth to your phone directly. But also, this was interesting for me, everything worked a lot more smoothly when I disconnected other Bluetooth devices. So because I've been conducting this review, I had these two still connected, or at least one pair of headphones other than my Sonos were connected to my phone. Once I disconnected other devices, the app had a lot more ease of use and it worked more fluidly. So scouring Reddit over the past week or two, I noticed that the early beta testers said these run a little hot when working out. I personally didn't have a huge issue in that department, and comfort-wise, they're awesome, though I can see them heating up after a while with these amazingly soft, squishy memory foam type ear cups. But unfortunately, where I did struggle was those kinds of exercises where you do need to bend over or you are moving your head around a lot. Strangely, on the treadmill, I didn't have any issues running at top speed. I could even do some high intensity lunges, but unfortunately, exercises as simple as push-ups really did cause the headphones to sort of start slipping off my head fairly quickly. You can definitely maneuver them, a bit more above your head so that they might not fall off when you lean downward. But I will say for those exercises, it's rather annoying. But when I test headphones, I find that most of them have a lot of these kinds of issues. And I will say I have a fairly large head. Like, it's not small. And so I would say that's a good thing for comfort, as in you're probably not going to have your head feeling like it's being absolutely smushed or compressed by these, but they were definitely a little bit more loose than I probably would have wanted. But overall, I think I do prefer that because they're incredibly comfortable. When it came to listening to music in the gym and hearing the annoying blasting of the gym music and trying to block it out with my active noise cancellation, I would say it did a pretty good job. It's better if your volume is around 40% on average, if not higher, and then it did a really good job. It seemed pretty much on par with what you'd expect. So I would say overall, they're pretty nice gym headphones. My only other thought to mention when going to the gym with these is that I don't believe there's any waterproof or water resistant rating. So if you're exceptionally sweaty, or I guess a side note, if you happen to be walking around in the rain or snow, well, I don't know how they'll affect these headphones. There doesn't seem to be too much sound bleed either. I can fairly comfortably have these headphones blasting at least 70 to 80%, and you'll get like a tiny low volume amount of bleed, but not too much. I mean, I'll play you a clip and you can let me know what you think. It's like 80%. Now, the only thing, unfortunately, I can't cover personally in my video today would be the compatibility between these and the Sonos Arc soundbar. I do own some Sonos soundbars, but not the Arc. But essentially, you're able to pop these on and then watch your movie with a similar grade of sound quality to if you had your soundbar going, which I think is really awesome. And from my Reddit deep dives, they seem to work fairly seamlessly and be pretty impressive. So I think for all you people that need to quietly watch a movie at night while your partner's asleep or your kids are asleep, etc., I think you're gonna like that. And sorry I can't confirm my thoughts, but that's pretty awesome. The only thing I will say is that I don't think they have that Wi-Fi compatibility, which I think a lot of hardcore Sonos fans or Sonos fans really want. But I'm just not looking at them in that kind of category. I'm really just seeing these as like a typical Bluetooth headphone. Fun fact that I want to mention with USB-C as well while I'm here is that you can listen wired using your USB-C connection, or of course charge. So you can plug this into like an iPad probably and charge it. You can plug it into in-flight entertainment apparently and listen. So that's really handy. But not only that, when these go down to 0 battery life, if you completely have forgotten to charge them, there's an amazing quick charge feature on these, and that is 3 minutes of charge will give you 3 hours of playback. That, along with the fact that these have 30 hours approximately of battery life in total, make them pretty impressive. So with all that being said, I have to applaud Sonos for their first headphones product. I think you've done an incredible job. I think these are going to be a hit. I can see everyone loving them. They are a little on the premium side. Would I pay it? I would. But it'd be nice if it was just like $100 or $200 cheaper to bring them closer to the Sony category. But I guess they have really premium materials built in. So you're probably paying for that little extra bit of metal and stuff. And probably that it's Sonos. If you're trying to decide what headphones you should get out of all these products, well, obviously if you can try them on, that would be a win. But I will say they're incredibly comfortable. The features stack up to what you should get for this kind of money. The audio quality stacks up pretty well to what you should get for this kind of money. The style certainly stacks up. So if you've never used a Sonos product in your life, I keep saying Sonos, but Sonos. I'm Aussie. I don't know. I say it differently. I think these are going to introduce Sonos to a lot more newbies. I think they're just awesome all-rounders, and I think because they look so good, people are going to try them. And if you are new to the brand, I think you're going to be really impressed. I think if you're a diehard fan, you're probably going to be left wanting a little more. But in saying that, if you're happy with like a Bluetooth headphones, you will be very happy. However, if you own already the AirPods Max, they will feel like a slight downgrade, but they'll likely be way more comfortable and you'll be able to wear them for a longer period of time. But if you're just sitting on the couch with headphones, probably gonna want to go for these. They're like top tier in every department. If you're like an everyday commuter, headphone wearer, wherever, I think that the Sonos are the way to go. And if you want to save some money and you want them to be unbelievably lightweight, you don't mind that they sit a little bit fatter off your ears, the thickness thing. Sonys are amazing all-rounders. You can't lose, but these, they look better, I reckon. Awesome headphones. If I've missed anything or if you want to know anything, you can certainly let me know in the comments. Subscribe if you want to see more, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.